Welcome to Old Faithful. I'm your host, Matt Trask. Thanks to Haggerty's Music Works here on the Hill in Rapid City for filming me. Thanks to the incomparable Johnny Hastings making me and my guests look fabulous every other week here on the show. Please support my friends at Black Hills Blend Espresso for convenient locations in Rapid City. Please like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, Matthew Trask, on YouTube. And please, after you watch this video, thank you for your support of my channel. Go subscribe to the Haggerty's Music Works channel. They're doing fabulous things here at Haggerty's Music Works. Recently, the incomparable Johnny Hastings played a 1970 Gibson ES335 that's currently available for sale, and it is phenomenal. So, that's enough. I'm out of breath now.
Yeah, so it's a good opening spiel there.
It's getting longer and longer. I mention that every week. You are Travis Hamilton, and I met you here a while back.
Travis Christensen.
Christensen! Oh
Also
my goodness. And right off the bat, we make a mistake.
That's
Travis,
all right. It happens.
Christian.
I go by many names. So
My apologies.
it's hard to keep track sometimes.
Tell us about you.
So I recently moved to the Black Hills area here about a year and a half ago, I'd say.
Don't tell anybody else.
No. We're trying to. I moved out here because my wife's from here.
Oh, okay.
And then it got really trendy, and everybody started moving here.
Right.
So we're hoping that everybody kind of settles down.
Sure.
Keep it nice and secluded out here.
Right.
But no, so I came out here. Since coming out here and started playing, I play in a variety band or cover band called Common Law.
Yes.
And they do a lot of like 80s rock, 90s rock, stuff like that. Previous to that, back in Minnesota, I was in a band called Tugboat Rampage. And that was another kind of variety band. We did a lot of 90s, but we do like kind of classic stuff too. I mean, you're not a cover band if you don't play Summer '69. So,
right.
You gotta play stuff like that that everybody likes.
Did you have a mean Bad Moon Rising?
Yeah, every once in a while somebody shouted out.
Right.
And we actually had a shtick where we would actually play most of Freebird.
Oh. Okay.
And
Right.
And we just tell them, well, now this is what you got to deal with for the next 10 minutes because that guy over there, because he yelled it, now we're doing it. And so we'd get it going.
Sure.
And then I'd kind of stop everything and be like, all right, hold on, let's just skip to the good part, and then we just go to the guitar solo at the end, and then we just jam for like 5 minutes and then call it good. So
awesome.
Yeah.
So, where was all this fun in Minnesota?
So that was when I was in the Twin Cities.
Okay.
So I played in that band for about 6 years. Prior to that, I was in a touring band called Handsome DeVille.
Oh, okay.
And that was in kind of the early, probably like 2006 to 2009.
All right.
And we had a very minor, small radio success in about 2008, 2009 with a cover of I Think We're Alone Now. It was kind of a rock cover of that. Released one album and went out and did that. We were at South by Southwest in 2009.
Oh,
stuff
really?
like that. Yeah.
Wow.
So, yeah, I mean, it's been a good time. Been a good journey, and then played in other smaller bands before that.
I'm guessing by the name Handsome DeVille was sort of a punk rockabilly.
It was kind of we were kind of pop punk.
Right.
It was kind of that era or that time. So we didn't have a lot of the rockabilly in a lot of the songs.
Okay.
But it was more of like kind of just like a pop punk sort of a band.
Sure.
The original. So the drummer and I, when we were trying to think of names for the band, we woke up one morning and watching music videos, and an old Poison video came on with CC DeVille.
Right.
And we were like, oh, we should call the band CC DeVille. But then we were like, well, but then people would probably be mad when they show up to see CC DeVille, and then it's us.
Right.
So then we eventually came upon Handsome DeVille.
Handsome DeVille.
Yep.
Yeah, I like it. So, where did you grow up in Minnesota? Did you grow up in Minnesota?
I grew up in southern Minnesota.
Okay.
In a small town called Jackson, Minnesota.
I've been by.
Yep, it's right on I-90.
Yep.
It's about 3,500 people. And,
sure.
It was a great place to grow up. There's other musical folks from that area. Dave Ellefson from Megadeth.
Okay.
Also from Jackson, Minnesota.
Really?
Yeah. So
I did not know that.
Yeah, that was always like the kind of the talk of the town, is that the bass player from Megadeth was from our hometown. So yeah, grew up there, moved to the Twin Cities after high school, and played in a bunch of different bands, and kind of was there for about 20 years.
Okay.
And then moved out here, and now we're starting new adventures and kind of getting new things going.
So what got you interested in music as a child?
So my mom was a dance teacher in my hometown, and so I grew up kind of, with a lot of music, and I was in dance and kind of all that when I was growing up, and I just kind of gravitated towards wanting to play music. More so than kind of the dance performance and stuff like that. And when I think it was in like 7th grade maybe, I was the almost stereotypical middle schooler, everything sucks and life was terrible, and I just did not want to get up and go to school one day.
Right.
And like a week or so before, we'd been out shopping actually in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, and I saw this amazing like dark green bass guitar.
Oh.
And I was like, oh man, it's so cool, I want to get. And so like I had this deal struck up with my parents that like if I could save half, then they'd pay the other half and whatever.
Okay.
And so I wouldn't get up and go to school this one day. And my dad comes home from work, and he's, I'm just, being angstful and whatnot. And he's like, hey, listen, he's like, have you saved up your, half of the money? Like, maybe we'll go this weekend. And I was like, no, I haven't done that either. Like, just another thing I'm terrible at, I failed. And so he's like, all right. So like, he's like, you get up and go to school, and no matter what, like, we'll go this weekend and we'll get you a bass guitar. And so I started off playing bass. I didn't get that one that I originally eyed up because it was gone.
Oh, sure.
And so I got like a PV starter kit with it came with the amp and the cheap PV bass and everything. And that was kind of the beginning. And once I started playing, I was hooked. And I just I'd sit in my room and just play and play and play.
Right.
And then so I played bass for several years after that, and then eventually just kind of transitioned over to playing guitar because most of the bands that I'd play in, I'd almost end up as the lead singer by default because like nobody else wanted to do it.
Sure.
And so to me, it just made more sense to play guitar as a front man than bass. And it's just, I don't know, for me, it's always been easier to sing and play guitar than to sing and play bass, just because of like the syncopation of the rhythms and stuff with a lot of bass lines.
It can be very challenging.
It's tough. It's tough to play bass like that. So, I transitioned over to guitar at one point, and for the most part, I never took like guitar lessons.
Right.
I took lessons on bass and kind of learned different music and theory through the years. But once I switched over to guitar, I just kind of learned on my own from there. So.
2 more strings, really.
Yeah. It was no big deal. So,
right.
Yeah, that was kind of how I got into things. And
so, do you still have that PV bass?
I do.
You do?
I do.
And the little amplifier that came with it?
I do.
Wow!
The amp doesn't work anymore.
Yeah.
I think it got wet in storage at one point. But yeah, it's in I have like a wall of amps in my studio that, I've got that one and just other things that I've played through the years.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it's, so yeah, I've still got that. I've still got the first guitar that I ever got was it was a K. Like the old, they're super cheap.
And he's answering my question. Okay, continue.
So it was an old cheap K guitar that was at an auction. Some old farmer had it or something, and we got it for super cheap. And we ended up like rigging it up through like a stereo amp that my uncle had to get it, because we didn't have a guitar amp or anything. There was no.
It was a K electric.
Yeah, it was a K electric.
Oh, okay, all right.
And I still have that.
Right.
I've kind of just collected through the years. I have sold a select few guitars through the years, but for the most part, I just kind of, as I don't know, get new instruments, I just keep the old ones, and they build up the collection.
Right. Yeah.
So, yeah, it's I've still got that. And
hopefully, before this video comes out, we get a picture of the wall of amps. I believe you said.
Yeah.
The incomparable Johnny Hastings can shoehorn it into the video, because I think we need to see the wall of amps.
Yeah, absolutely. I can show they got the amps, and there's guitars above it, and there's a whole wall of guitars beside it, and it's kind of a 360 guitar room. I mean, it's about this size, and
wow,
it's just kind of guitars everywhere.
Also, I should come visit.
You should. I said that when we were talking. Like, I should come check out my collection sometime.
I'm gonna have to do that.
I feel like you'd appreciate it.
So this show is called Old Faithful,
right?
And it's about our main instrument.
Yes.
And this looks like just the emblem of the show right here.
Yes.
Tell us about this.
This is my Old Faithful now, and has been for probably 7 or 8 years.
Okay.
I got it at a like secondhand music store up in the Twin Cities called Music Go Round.
Okay, I've heard of it.
Yeah, I don't know if they have them out here, but they actually had like a Craigslist listing for it, and at the time I was going to get a Tele and a Strat, and like, you know, the idea was, all right, I'm going to put stickers all over them and just kind of, you know, I'd never really played Fenders up to that point.
Okay, all right.
And to this day, I'm still a big Gibson Les Paul fan.
And K fan.
And K, yeah. I play the K all the time.
Yeah.
And, but yeah, I was like, all right, I want to get some Fenders just to have different tones and different things to work with. And I got this at that place, and I got a Strat at the same time too. And I kind of did them up the same, where I just started collecting stickers and stuff on them. And once I started playing this Telecaster, I just really liked the sound and the feel and everything about it. And it just kind of, you know, the simplicity of, you know, what a Telecaster is, I was kind of hooked, and then that became my main guitar. And I've got a second one that's it's like the same kind of model and everything. It's not decorated like this one. It's got like a checkerboard.
Checkerboard pick guard?
It's like psychedelic, where it's like it looks like it's sinking in the middle of it.
Oh, okay.
So
wow.
That's like the backup to this one.
Okay.
So like if I break a string or something, I'll grab that one until this one's ready to go again. So, but yeah, this is just let's say through the years, different things. I think this Jack Daniel's patch is actually from the Sturgis Rally from a few years ago.
Okay, probably.
This was a Saloon Shine sticker, so keep the Black Hills, but I got a little worn out through the years. But yeah, Full Throttle Saloon Shine there.
Okay.
Say just different stuff. This is the tattoo studio I used to go to in the Twin Cities.
Okay. So you have put all of these.
Yeah, this is all things.
It was a bare regular Telecaster, as Buck Owens and Jesus intended when you bought it.
That's all it was. Yep.
And how did we affix this? This is something I've never seen.
Yeah.
A beer cap.
So I had it kind of
I see now.
Flattened out, and so it kind of fits to that spot in the pickguard. And then I just pop the screw out and then put it on there.
And okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
that's very neat. Have we done anything else to it?
Not really. Other than that, it's pretty stock. I was going to switch the pickup out at one point, and I never did.
And you never did.
I was going to put a single coil, or not a single coil, but a humbucker, the single space humbucker in it. But I just haven't.
Yeah, that would have been blasphemy.
Yeah, it sounds good the way it is. I mean, you know, as a single coil gets, sometimes it's a little noisy, but once you're playing, you don't really notice it.
Right. So. I have seen you with Common Law once. Common Law, Mark Butler and Ken Kwiesinski have been on the show.
Nice.
If you haven't watched, you can watch after this episode, everybody.
All
right. They play rather hard rock music.
Yes.
Did they like this guitar immediately? Did you have to kind of talk them into it?
No, it kind of added like a nice dynamic to...
Counterpoint.
Yeah, you know, like, because, you know, Mark's got the beefy humbucker sound going on, and, you know, this has got a little more like kind of the jangly, you know, rhythm parts, and that's kind of the role that I play in that band, and, I mean, that's kind of the role that I've been looking to play for a while. You know, especially when we're playing like Guns N' Roses songs, like, I like being Izzy. You know, that dynamic of having that, you know, extra... You know, adding the different tones and just different parts in there, and not having the guitars sound too similar.
Sure.
It just kind of fills things out a little more. So.
Right.
I mean, pretty much right away. I just went and kind of jammed with them, and we just, you know, things kind of worked and felt right. So about a month later, I think, they invited me out to just come and sing for a couple, you know, for a few sets.
Right.
You know, just kind of introduce myself in the band and whatnot, and then like after that it was kind of like, all right, you know, bring your guitar and let's just get all in, and so we've been, you know, kind of rolling since then. So.
So how much of the singing do you do in Common Law?
I sing I sing lead on a few of the songs, but for the most part I'm just singing backup, playing rhythm.
You really step back, and I think you're enjoying it.
Yeah, absolutely. I say that's kind of the role that I've been looking for a while. Is just kind of being able to play that support role, and not, you know, be so much out front. And it's nice.
Awesome, cool,
chilling.
So, do you want to talk about this other guitar?
Yes.
Or the amp first?
Whatever's. It's your show.
Well, it is my show, but you're the guest.
All right.
We better talk about the amp.
All right.
And talk about the amp you didn't bring too.
So there, yeah, I mean, well, it's back in the wall.
Right,
I got
in
all
the wall,
the
sure.
different amps that I played. I was gonna bring my B52 AT212.
Wow.
That was my main amp for studio and touring when I was in Handsome DeVille.
Okay.
And I don't know why. Maybe I just got like a good one, but I don't know why B52 amps didn't take off more than they did.
Right.
Because that amp sounds amazing. You know, it's all tubes. Got the 212. You know, I got the 212 combo, but it's close to 100 pounds.
Right.
So I didn't want to lug it up here today. But,
Right.
Yeah, I mean that's an amazing. I still record with it. I still use it. You know, on a fairly regular basis. You know, in the studio and stuff. But I don't take it out. I actually don't take any actual amp out to play live anymore. Which is even today. I just brought it's a Tech 21. Fly rig.
Yes.
And it's got the amp simulator in it, and it's got your overdrive, a little bit of delay. It's got a boost for solos, and other than that, I keep it pretty simple with that. And
right.
You know, I had a pedal board that I used in Tugboat Rampage.
Okay.
And actually, at that time, I played with it was a 1980 PV Bandit that I'd picked up.
Oh wow.
And that was it's a pretty cool amp, and I got it because it was. They're kind of known to be like bulletproof.
Right.
And it was, that was getting thrown in and out of vans and up and down, stairs and venues, all over the place. So that was the reason I got that was because it was durable. And it, but it was basically, I'd just leave it on like the clean channel and then I'd run my pedal board through it.
Okay. Sure.
For drive, I had like a full tone OCD. I'd run that as my dirty channel and, a little bit of delay. I had like a flange that I used on one song.
Okay. All right.
I've never used a lot of pedals.
Sure.
But it's fun to mess around with that stuff here and there. But
right.
say for the most of what I do is fairly simple. So I keep it simple. It's less stuff to haul and
yeah.
And
this has been a recurring theme on the show, and one that I wanted to highlight. Our fabulous amp that sounds so incredibly, just so good.
Yeah.
It's also so heavy, and the studio is up a flight of stairs.
Right.
And so if we get to showcase all of these, we have almost as good a sound. Sometimes we think it's equal.
Right.
In these little convenient packages
Yeah.
that are very reliable and easy to transport.
Yeah.
Do you so you have the wonderful Tech 21 Sans amp.
Yep.
And the Plexi Drive, I believe that's called.
Yep, it's got a Plexi Drive.
So essentially an overdrive.
Yep.
And a delay.
Yep.
Do you ever add anything else?
Well, so I was playing a 3-piece for a while where there wasn't like a lead guitarist.
Okay.
And I would throw a wah in front of it.
All right.
Just for
in front of it.
Yeah. Just
really?
for solos and stuff. Yeah. Yeah. So because essentially this is I would run this straight into the PA.
Right.
So this is the amp.
Right.
So yeah, I'd put the wah in front of it and then run in.
Oh sure.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Because it would just go direct out to the PA. And
okay.
that sounded great too. So, but yeah, with with Common Law, I'm pretty much just playing rhythm on everything.
Right. So you just take this, set it on the floor, and go.
Set it up, run it through a DI box, and good to go.
Have we ever had to use the backup Telecaster on stage?
I don't think I have with Common Law, but I haven't played that many shows with them. I definitely did in Tugboat Rampage through the years with them.
Right.
I was actually kind of notorious for the guy that would break strings all the time in that band.
I see.
And I don't know if I've changed my technique or something, but I haven't broken strings live for quite a while. I mean,
well, good for you.
Yeah, I'll take it.
It's probably the climate different.
It very well could be.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times it would seem like in Minnesota during the summertime,
right,
you'd break a lot more strings with the humidity and everything.
Right.
So yeah, it's everything's more hospitable out here.
Right. Oh yeah, we're just God's country out here. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Don't tell your friends again.
I know. Yeah.
Where is your wife from out here?
Right here in Rapid City.
Right here.
Yep.
I'm going to venture a guess. Did you meet her at South Dakota State University?
I did not.
You did not?
But she went to South Dakota State University.
Of course she went to South Dakota State University. Where did you meet her?
I actually met her at Moorhead State.
Oh, okay.
Over up in my Fargo-Moorhead area.
A lot of us go there as well. Sure.
She was a friend of my friend's girlfriend who was going there. We were still seniors in high school.
Oh,
but we'd go up on the weekends, and I met her, up there because of the connections.
Right.
And then we actually ended up going to my senior prom together.
Oh.
Because I thought it'd be really cool to take a college girl to prom.
Sure.
But we were never dating or anything like that.
Okay.
And then post that, we didn't see each other for like 9 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we just, we'd never dated or anything.
Right.
And then like 9 years later, we just kind of reconnected and things just really clicked. And at the time, she lived in Las Vegas, and I was touring fairly heavily.
Okay.
So we just started, communicating, and I was like, all right. So I got back from, I think it was actually when we were down at South by Southwest in 2009. As soon as I got back from that, I got on a plane and went to Vegas to like visit her for the first time
right.
in 9-10 years, and yeah, it was great.
Huh.
And my whole mentality, and I've told her this, so she's not going to be shocked.
Okay.
Was when I went out there to kind of meet up with her in person after we reconnected.
Right.
My thought was, well, if it doesn't go well, I'm in Vegas.
Right.
Like I can waste a couple days and
we
then
can salvage this
yeah,
trip.
I'll make it worth my while, and then I can come back and get back to what I'm doing here. But it went great.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't think there should be any shame in having a backup plan.
No. You got to be prepared.
Yeah.
You got to be prepared.
Yeah. Enjoy whatever happens.
Yeah, exactly.
And we simply have to talk about this
Yes.
gorgeous girl back here.
Absolutely, yes. The other guitar that made the venture today is say a little more of a showpiece in my collection, but it's a 1950 Gibson. I believe the model is an LG3.
And I'm not going to argue with that.
And I found that out through kind of putting some feelers out on the internet and kind of researching it myself. There's no serial number on the back of these when it goes back that far, or on the back of the headstock.
Right.
But there is a factory order number that's inside, and basically the butt end of the neck where it connects, and through that, and then looking it up through the Gibson records, is how I determined that this is a 1950.
Okay.
Because the different factory order numbers correlate with different years. And yeah, I actually inherited this. It was originally my uncle's father's guitar, and it just kind of got passed down through the ages, and I ended up with it less than a year ago at this point. So my aunt and uncle entrusted me to put it in my collection because they knew I wouldn't sell it. So, yeah, and I mean I'm thrilled to have it because it's just a great guitar, and it's one of those things that I'll pick up every once in a while and just kind of sit down and strum on, and it different guitars kind of bring about different ideas and stuff like that. So yeah, it's a great piece,
and it's old and it's got vibe.
Yeah,
looks
got
like
tons of vibe.
Spruce top and a mahogany back and sides.
I believe
is what it looks like to me.
Yep, I
and
believe so.
Bone nut, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, should be. And I say the body's kind of really thin, and
it is.
And the LG in the model is for little guitar.
Okay.
So it's not the big jumbo acoustic.
Right.
It's the smaller acoustic version that they had back then. So yeah, it's
Gibson and their dead simple abbreviation.
There you
that
go.
over there is a solid guitar.
Yes.
Yeah.
SG.
Right, and this is a little guitar.
Little guitar.
Right.
They keep it keep it simple.
Right.
That's what it's about.
So I noticed things like this, and I'm sorry. The uncle.
Yes.
The uncle's father. So this was apparently an uncle by marriage.
Yes.
Just so we're all not confused.
Yeah. So it wouldn't be because it wasn't my grandfather, because it's my aunt is the one that's my mother's sister.
Sure.
So yeah, uncle by marriage.
I sit here thinking, if I'm confused, they're going to be confused, and then I have to ask questions.
And I try to think of the best way to describe that, but I was like, I'm afraid to say that. But yeah, good clarification.
It all would have been the same in 100 years anyway.
Right.
But yeah, now we know. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, that was very nice of them.
Yeah.
And very nice of him.
Yeah. No, I was saying it's, they knew that I played, and I say I kind of had a collection, and they didn't have anybody in the family that was playing anymore, so I was like, they wanted me to have it, and I was very, very glad to have it.
Awesome.
Very grateful.
Well, you have not changed the strings, and ordinarily we frown on that here on Old Faithful, but there are reasons for that.
Yeah.
You want to keep that vintage vibe.
Yeah.
Have you, or do you plan on recording with this?
I've thought about it because, and I did a video on it on my YouTube channel at one point, just to kind of showcase it when I first got it. And that's how I kind of put the feelers out to say, hey, does anybody know what this is? And, and I recorded it I just put like an SM57 on it and just
Right.
recorded it really raw, just to kind of get the sound of what it is. And it's got a unique tone to it. So, given the right scenario, it might be the right guitar for it. So yeah, I definitely wouldn't rule it out.
Absolutely. And then to recording before we wrap it up here.
Yes.
Are you recording stuff with Common Law now?
We have talked about it a little bit lately.
Right.
Mark and I have discussed it and have we're working on getting some stuff together to kind of bring to the band.
Okay.
To potentially, do some recording and incorporate, some original music, potentially into what we're doing.
Sure.
And if it goes over, then we'll keep it up. If it doesn't, then we'll keep doing what we're doing with the classic covers and, stuff that people like, and that's just kind of how it goes.
You got to keep them buying beer and on the floor. That's the main thing.
You got to do. You got to give people what they want.
But so you do record your own stuff.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. I've done. Yeah, and I've done solo albums, and I've helped out with other people's projects.
Okay.
Either playing or mixing stuff like that. So, I mean, say if you can find a lot of my material under my stage name.
Okay.
Travis Bommer.
Travis Bommer,
which is spelled Bahmer.
Okay.
That's what I've released a lot of stuff under. If you look up Travis Bommer on YouTube, you'll find a bunch of stuff.
All right.
That's kind of through the years. That's what I've used to say is kind of like a stage name.
I see.
It's worked out. So
nice.
Let me have my privacy here in the hills.
Yeah, you gotta, when you get to be a big star, you need your privacy. You gotta protect that.
It gets crazy. So
our Handsome DeVille or Tugboat Rampage.
Yes.
Can you find any videos or recordings? Are they on Spotify or anything?
There's a bunch of stuff from Tugboat Rampage that's on like the Facebook page. We used to do a segment called Tugger Tuesday.
Okay.
And that was kind of like a promo thing that we do for the upcoming shows. And, and we did a lot of like almost like old wrestling style promos.
Oh.
Like the vignette shoots, stuff like
that.
Sure. So it was just kind of fun. I mean, that was
We're going to melt your face, brother.
Yeah, stuff like that. Exactly.
Okay, perfect.
So if you look up Tugboat Rampage on Facebook, you can find a bunch of that.
Okay.
There is one that we released a Christmas song a couple years ago, just called "It's Christmas Time," and it's almost kind of like a ska Christmas song.
Oh, all right.
With Tugboat Rampage, that's still out on Spotify, iTunes, everywhere.
Okay. So, Hulk Hogan sings ska Christmas song.
Yes, something like that.
Exactly. I nailed it.
Is everything wonderful about my childhood? all crammed into one thing. All crammed into one Christmas song.
Well, how about you grab that telly and play us out, buddy?
Sure.
Is there anything else we need to talk about?
I don't think so.
Okay.
We covered it all. It's been great. I just love sitting around talking about gear and guitars.
It's a lot of fun, isn't it?
Yeah. I really appreciate you having me on, man.
So much fun. So remember my sponsorship with Trask Hay LLC, large, round, and square bales sometimes, and custom haying services, although you may not need them. Here in the western South Dakota this year, droughty as we are, but if you do, 515-0858. And let me see here. Vince Gill says, change your strings. Ladies and gentlemen, not Travis Hamilton, but Travis Christensen, and sometimes Travis Bommer.
There you go.
Take it away, buddy.
I might have to start going by Hamilton now, too.
Kick on that plexi drive.
Yeah, we could do, actually was kind of fun is we do, like the, what is it? Are You Gonna Go My Way by Lenny Kravitz. It's kind of funny if you put some extra little skips in there and do like a country version of it.
The Jerry Reed version.
Yeah.
What I really want to know, son.
Yeah. Yeah. See, you gotta mix up genres and styles every once in a while.
for watching. Have a nice day. See you next week.
Thank you.